Hi guys, I just thought I'd take you for another ramble with me. So this is right on my doorstep. So we've got here the sports fields and pavilion. And around the sports fields you've got this exercise equipment all the way around. And now there's something else up this way. Just see it in the distance, and over by the pavilion itself there is a pull-up bars just in the corner. But you got this big field here, you've got another field that's pretty much the same size right over the end, and there is beyond those trees over there a pond. So it's cool, but I'm going to walk this way. So down this way is a woods, and I love this place, it's so peaceful. So that sports field is used by footballers and stuff at the weekends and the evenings, and lots of dog walkers. And they've got a little basketball court there as well, so it's pretty cool. So, but it's not overly used. It's very peaceful where I live. Quite lucky. Again, I will apologise for the bumpy phone recording because I'm not very good at walking without wobbling. So we walk this way. So I'm taking a long route home from the shop, basically. So this is literally on my doorstep. You got all these beautiful wild, well, gone wild roses around here. So, see, beautiful. Smell delicious. Smell gorgeous. Not delicious. Wouldn't eat them. Now we're going into the little wood area. You hear them birds singing. There's some really cool houses that are sort of like situated on the edge of the woods. Really, really posh houses. The one's like a big wood cabin. They go for a lot of money. I couldn't afford one of them. I can't afford a normal house, never mind one of them. So, just cool. Like I said, I really like this place. This bit of the woods you can't really get into. It's just a bit overgrown and stuff. So you're just walking on the path. But there are bits that you can get into, and I'll show you them as we walk. Like I said, a very long routed version of how to get home. I'm going away from my home at the moment. But I thought you'd enjoy to walk with me, because you know what? It's a lovely warm day out. Yes, the sky looks grey again, but it's actually really warm. Lots of nettles. There's good things about nettles. Nettles can be useful and can be eaten. There's a pond over there. Yeah, there's a pond over there. You can just about see it. Can't get to it because of the nettles. You see the trees, really. So this part of the woods is full of these very tall trees and not much more. Again, you can't really get into this area, but it is a good place to come foraging when you're wanting to make Christmas wreaths. So, might see some squirrels, might see some rabbits. So those little cut out bits where you can sit and just enjoy, sit among the nature. And as I said, there are some bits you can get into. So let's have a look behind this bench, and you see there's a little path going into the woods. So it doesn't go very far, it's just like a little cove, and it looks like someone's been building something here. It's pretty cool. Some sort of den someone's made. That's pretty awesome. Oh, look. Sort of thing my son does. They made some sort of shelter there, look. Probably camped out here. Yeah, it's a nice little cosy hole. It's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome, that little structure they made. Might be kids or young adults. Obviously, at some point, some of that wood was attempted to be burnt. You can see the black charcoal on it. But yeah, so I'll come back out of this bit and we'll carry on walking. It's a good place for going a wee when you're caught short. I didn't say that though. Let's come back onto the path a bit, because there are other bits of the woods that you can walk through a bit further up. Oh, wobbly camera, sorry. So there's another cut out bit, again with a bench, and this is where I held a, no it's not this one, further up. There's a bird up there. There you go, magpie. Sit on the bench, let's see if I can get close up. No, it's thrown away. They just do these little cove bits, I guess you call it. Someone's graffitied on that tree, horrible people. There's a little path there to take you out of the woods again. Another path. Okay, this is a bit where we can walk through the woods itself. I believe. I don't come up here as often as I should. It's right on my doorstep. So I know my kids used to like coming up here with their bikes and using it like a BMX track. So, and just Robin flew past. I don't know if I caught that on camera, whether it went in front of the phone or not. So you just walk round. It's so peaceful. Oh, accidentally pressed stop, so started again. This. I believe this is a privately owned woods, but I don't know, to be honest with you. It may even be run, upkept, badly upkept, by the same charity that upkeeps the parkland where we were the other day. This path just goes round. That's another magpie up there. Birds are so noisy. Can you hear them? It gets quite scary up here late because you hear the owls tooting and it's like quite creepy. So you can get out of the woods there and then go into another part of the woods there, or you can carry along this path. So we're just going in a circuit now. Like I said, my kids used to like come up and down here on their bikes, because as you can see, it has lots of dips and rises. And that hill that I first came down, they used to use it as a start-off point and just race around here on their BMXs when they were kids. That's just a little circuit round here. There's another little bit that you can get into here. That's pretty cool. It's another little spot where you get people just sitting around. About that, I'd run out of space on my phone, so I've deleted some files. I can start again. So this is a space that, like I say, people quite often chill out in by the looks of it. And there's another space here. Sure there used to be logs around here, but looks like someone's cleared them out. Oh no, okay, look. Don't you hate it when you get notifications while you're recording something? But yeah, this is a pretty cool area as well. Just a nice little peaceful area. Obviously something lives down there. Cool. Probably rabbits. Could be foxes. Okay, someone's had a bonfire here. Same pattern, moving the rubbish behind. Hey ho, is what it is. I'm quite short, but I still have to duck under this little bit. I'm not going to climb that hill because you know what? It's too much hard work, so I'm going to go back down this way. So we're back down to where them logs were. There's a nice little circuit. I actually think that might have been the ramp that my boys used to use to come down when they were doing the trek around the park. So we're back to where we sort of entered. But like I said, that's not the end of it. So you can come back out. So that's the way we walk around that way, and we've come out that way. Come back up here. Oh, not scared by a pigeon then. I'll take you over here just because I can. So that's a sty, which is a star weaver, which is in a bit of disrepair, so you can climb over here if you wanted to. I'm not going to climb over, but I'll lift myself up into just an open field. How cool is that? In the background is the Open University. Google it. Pretty cool place. But it's online learning basically. You can do a degree without leaving your home. So I walk back down here. Past a little bit of woods that we just walked through. Walked around. Show you that view in the background. or in the foreground even. So what I can see as I'm walking down here is lots and lots and lots and lots of green, lots of trees. I said my city is a city of trees, or a town. And you can see the Open University a bit more there, all them buildings up there are the Open University. The Open University has been involved in a lot of scientific stuff as well, and they were involved with the something that was put on Mars. I can't remember what now, but yeah. So here we go. Pretty sure I can get into this bit of wood, but I can't remember how to. But yeah, so there's more woods there. Continues on. I believe this woods is quite an old woods. I think it's been here for a very long time. So, well, you can tell by the trees it's been here for a very long time. Look at the size of them. And like we saw the ones back before. That up in front of us is a gym. You see the size of the trees. It's not a new woods. It's been here for quite a while. But it's you've got several different species of trees. Oh. And just listen to the birds. It's so peaceful. Well, it's almost like a meditation CD, listening to the birds up here. Fortunately, all I've seen is birds and no other wildlife as of yet. But you never know. Yeah, so that's a gym, I believe. I'm going to walk around the outside of the woods now. So up this area around here is the gym, and it's like a business centre and stuff. So they have like hire out things and have conferences, and it's a hotel. It was carry on. Walking up this path, so we're walking down the other side of the woods. It's only a tiny woods. Only a tiny woods. But it's still really nice and peaceful up here. I said you can go and hide in the woods and no one will even know you're there. They've got this path. Look at the woods from a different angle to what we looked at it before. So we're out of the woods now, walking away from the woods now. Even still, this green like grass area. It's not easiest grass to walk over because it's all full of bumps and lumps. It's not a maintained lawn. These are wildflowers on the hedgerow there. There used to be a sculpture down here, but I think it just got a bit too weathered and worn and probably climbed on, so they removed it. So I'm walking across this way because it takes me to the meadow. There's another place I like to come. Don't come out here very often, like I said, because I just work too many hours to be asked to just go out, and I really need to start doing it more. So I'm going to make it my mission to go for a little walk on my day off, no matter what the weather is. So this is the meadow, you see. It's quite early for the meadow yet. You see it gets much taller. You can see the sports field in the background and the pavilion again that we walked past, what we started off at. So we're going back in the same direction. But yeah, there's some beautiful wildflowers among all this lot. It's just an area they let grow every year for the wildlife. Buttercups. Oh, and there's a say dragonfly. It's not dragonfly, cranefly maybe. Let's see if you can see it. Try and get close to it without disturbing it, without upsetting it. I can't see what you can see because the screen's too far away from me. I don't know. You do occasionally get corn snakes in among this lot. Grace used to like coming up here because she'd weave in and out of the grass. Them hills in the background is Bow Brick Hill. It's a massive ancient woods up there. Another place my kids used to love going bike riding. Because that's lethal. Used to scare the life out of me going down the hills there, I tell you. They'd go down full pelt, no brakes, and I'm holding the brake as tight as I can because I don't want to kill myself. So we're coming out of the meadow now. There's some daisies there. I often get poppies and all sorts of wildflowers here. Lots of nettles. They purposely do not cut this back, so they just leave us a trail in the middle, you can see, to walk through, and they only cut it back once a year at the end of summer. It's just a great place for the wildlife. So here's play park. A nice park. No kids out because they're all at school. So I can up through the play park. Kids love coming up here, even now as adults, when it's snowing, because there's a nice hill to sledge down where the slide is. Just down the slide is the other side. There's a hill, which we'll see when we get round there. So this used to be known as the Bumpy Park, and that's because I'll show you why. Trying to avoid catching dog walkers on camera. Oh, hello. So this is the other side of the sports pavilion with the other field, and at the other end of that you can see in the distance bumps. So that's why they used to call it Bumpy Park. And it's actually a car park with, for some reason, you can't see the cars parked in it behind the bumps. Anyway, back out of there because it's not that interesting. And we're just going to pop down here to the pond. And like I said, trying to avoid getting dog walkers on camera. So you've got some picnic benches here, so you can sit here and have a picnic if you really wanted to. I don't think I ever see anyone using them. I think that was a robin. There we go. So this is the pond. Ooh. I'm literally standing above the water now. So it's a little jetty. Yeah, it is a pond. It's not meant to be clean water. But yeah, just a little pond. The path carries on down that way, just goes back into the housing estate. So I'm just going to end in a moment. I just want to show you how close I actually am to my own house. That's the basketball court there that I mentioned before. Someone's playing on it. I can hear the balls bouncing. So that's the hill I was on about from the slide that the kids like coming up with their sledges or bin bags. That's what I used to use to slide down on the snow. Just down here, try not to capture too many houses because it is a row of houses along here. One of them has a red light for some reason, makes me think naughty things are happening. But yeah, just down here there's another play park, then there's a path that leads from that play park, and I live around the corner from that, so really close to my home. Someone's getting some work done on their house next to me, so I know we'll leave it there. So even the footpaths around here is surrounded by trees and nature. So that's the footpath I just came down. I thought I'd come back. I think I cheated you a bit by stopping when I did. So that's the footpath I just came down. So we was at the top of that footpath. This is the play park that you saw in the distance. There's some more. It's all surrounded by trees again. You can see houses as well. So they are literally on top of the play park, which is cool. As you can see, we've got Indian flags in people's windows because, you know, football's coming home apparently. Not that I care. So it's all surrounded by trees here. There's paths go off in each direction. This is the footpath I was on about that comes off of the park. And I like this footpath for a very good reason. And I'll show you. That is bramble. Bramble means blackberries. And this footpath is surrounded by bramble. All along there, and rose buds. So, and bramble, like I said, means blackberries. Annoyingly, the council has a habit of trimming this back just before blackberries come into bloom. But yeah, all them flowers will become fruit. And this again is another thing great for making wreaths with. That's your laurel. So, more bramble all the way along here. So yeah, and just beyond that building there's another bit of land that's full of cherry and plum trees. So you can get a good crop of fruit right on my doorstep. There's a bit of holly there. Ooh, right, bit of holly there. Yeah, so these will become rose hips, great for making jam with. Yeah, right on my doorstep I can do quite a bit of foraging. And like I said, I am literally around the corner from my home. There's the postbox, traditional red postbox, local notice board, and my home is just down there.